It all started with a question. What story do we want to tell? We wanted to tell a story that shows the triumphs, the successes, the pain, the beauty, and the complexity of the human experience. And we found all of those things in the barbershops of Harrisonburg, Virginia. In a time of such division, vitriol, and fear of the other, these barbershops were a microcosm of everything good that binds and connects us. The story will be told in 3 acts. The first, Omar's, a Lebanese refugee who came to this country with his family and a dream to bring luxury to Harrisonburg. Tyrone Sprague, who uses the mistakes of his past and the success of his business to motivate and inspire future generations. And Celia Perla, the owner of Corte Latino, who uses her faith and love of family to fuel her purpose towards the greater good. We hope you enjoy.
Well, thank you for everyone coming. Corey, come on. Come on, Corey. Jack, come on. Come on. The whole team. We need the team, buddy. It's all good. All right. 2, 1.
How you start your life, like from the zero to becoming like, business owner, and you just like build like your business like, to the better.
Everyone just loves Omar. I mean, he's humble, he's loving, he's giving, and he just wants to cater to people. He's just a big ball of love. I remember when we first started dating, he said, I want to open a hair salon. And I said, oh no, count me out, I don't want to do that. And he said to me, but it's my dream. It's always been my dream. And I looked at him and I took a really long sigh and I was like, all right, I'll help you. And it's paid off because just seeing, his face every day, every morning, when he walks in here and he's just like, this is insane. I cannot believe this is real. He's, making his dreams come true.
He was really tough with me because I'm his brother, but it was right, like you have to be tough so you could learn. He taught me, like it was all because of him. He's the one who inspired me. He's the one who taught me how to hold a scissor and everything. Because of him, I wouldn't do cut hair. He would inspire me, he wouldn't do that. And I really needed money, especially in college and pay rent and all that. Thank God I learned it here. A lot of people trust you, especially my friends. They give you a chance to learn.
No way!
After 4?
I didn't come in here when I was on crutches, did I?
I cut a lot of people from my country too, but they still I understand it. When the first time I started cutting them, I told Omar, I was like, why they're so picky like about their hair? And yeah, it's hard to learn over there, but I'm just blessed, thank God, and I learned it over here. So I didn't have to go all the struggles. But Omar, when he told me, he said, you learn it in an easy way, he learned it in a hard way, because over there, nobody would trust you there. You gotta be so good. Or maybe if you first got there, like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay for it, because they're so picky. Seriously picky.
It was really hard. Our file would come in to beginning to Harrisonburg, Virginia, and it was 2010, May 4th. Yeah, that's the day we moved to Harrisonburg. I was really excited to come in here. Everyone outside the United States, they just think about America as the star movie. I thought we're gonna be living in LA or California, because that's only what we see, what we know about America. I started going to classes, English classes in JMU, 5 days in a week. in the morning, and I have other job like, to start off after the school. I started like, with the barber shop. It was really hard, but with the practicing on like, speaking with people and start like learning.
I find it a little struggle. Like I felt like I was welcome. A professor, he told me that. He said, "Hey Ali, you should change your major or change your name." Like I got offended. Like he was like, "Don't get offended. Like you said it in a nice way." I was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of offended. Like, what do you mean?" He said, "Yeah, like especially in America, if you want to continue with airplanes and stuff, I don't think you're gonna get any job because your name is Ali and Abdul, and you're Muslim and you're Middle Eastern. So I don't think you're gonna able after 9/11 what happened. I don't think you're gonna be able to fly or get a job in airplanes." I'm like, I got hopeless. Like I start crying honestly because I was like, this is my dream that I always wanted to do. Like you can't stop me. Since of the war and everything, they changed the humans, changed like their mindset. Thank God it was my dad's idea because he was like, this is it. We're going. Like it's not gonna be a good thing. I mean, I'm glad we left. I'm glad, all thanks to my dad and my parents, that we actually left the country. So it's pretty good. It's a blessing.
My dad, he pushed me to open my own shop, and he believed of me, like, to have my own and to have like, business to start off with. I was 22 years old, and to be honest, I wasn't ready. And my dad, he's always say like, you've been working, like he's always believe of me. Like he always like push me with a lot of things. Like 9 months, I start only by myself, like, running that business. And because I couldn't like, find any barber, they are like good and you kind of trust them, like, to work on your name. There's some people who like to cut hair, but they're not really like, take their job serious. They want to like, give you best haircut you can get with like, give you the fresh cut. It's just something that will be like, stylish to live in the salon and looking like, great. And also that will present my business. To be a business owner and like, to start my own things and start like, doing the things that I love to do. It just like give me a lot to like, get whatever like I will dream of when I was like little.
We were at the old location, we were outgrowing it. Basically, one of Omar's employees, he reached out and said, Omar, there's this building, it's for sale and it's available and no one has looked at it. You need to look at it. We came to see the building, I fell in love, and I said, if you don't buy it, I will. It worked out, and since then, we have not stopped. I mean, it's like night and day. We just want to continue to grow and become better than what we are. We don't want to stop here. We're hoping to maybe open up other Omars around the U.S. Yeah, maybe around the world, we'll see, maybe.
When I was growing up, like I said, growing up in the ghettos and stuff like that, you don't have a lot of ways out. Barbering would save me, made me a better person, made me think different, made me think, that I'm worth something instead of nothing. Right around the corner. A lot of people would never thought that I would end up in prison, which I never thought I would, but it happened, and I done many years. But I learned from it, and like you say, since I've been out, I went back to school, got my barber license. When I was in prison, I cut hair, So that was like my freedom. That was like my freedom card, because I was able to come out every day and cut everybody. So I knew everybody in the whole prison. There was 1,400 people. I knew them all, because it was a thing. I was doing something that was preparing myself for my release when I got out, because everywhere I would go for a job or something like that, I was getting turned down. When I did open my own shop, everybody that worked for me, they was released from prison. Everybody. So nobody would give them a chance.
He was a statistic. We all know African-American males in the prison system. He paid his dues, came out. I think it's just an inspiration at all. He came up with a plan while he was there. He wanted to be a business owner. He came out and he has made it happen.
My brother's best friend, he was going to college. His parents went through college, so he was hustling too. He got murdered. He had his head blown off. Maybe 2 miles away from his house. See, back then, it was like, you know, if he was black, if he died, nobody really cared.
Racism is not over. It's not something that has passed. We are not in a post-racist society, even though some people would think that. I think it's important to not forget, or some people it wouldn't be forgetting, some just aren't aware of the history.
You laughing at me? I ain't that old. I just don't want to be known as a barber. I want to be a person of interest for all things that one day can make things better. The last 4 or 5 years, we've been doing the Martin Luther King. I was downtown on the 6th floor, and what would happen every year, they would do the Martin Luther King thing, and people from the college, people from the community would come out. You know, we have an open discussion, like one-on-one with the barber. Basically, what we do is just share a time together in a barbershop space that would have normally been happening during the civil rights movement. Barbershop was considered a quote-unquote safe place for people to go and to speak openly about how they felt about what was going on, not only during civil rights movement, but continues today. And I think his biggest impact is that he wants others to learn from mistakes and obstacles that he has overcome along his journey. He's very open, very honest about his hurdles that he has had, and hopes that others don't go down the same path. And so I think that he is one of those persons that is a good example.
He's definitely a mentor in the community. If there's always things he's talking to me about, like he wants to do, aside from cutting hair, you know, always just things to bring the community together. There's of course always things that kind of separate communities, and he's someone that always talks about, you know, loving blacks, whites, Asians, like anybody. We can go back in 1962, don't we think all that? Well, I work with everybody. When I first moved there, I worked for a black establishment. Then I went to work for a Ukrainian, then I went to work for the Mexicans, then I went to work for the black, now I'm in a senior citizen place. And like you said, what I got out of all of it was that I'm able to communicate with everybody and respect everybody at the same time. The lady that I'm partnered with now is that, you know, she's almost 70 and she's been doing that for 46 years. I've been doing 30-some years, you know. And I told her, I said, I'll stay with you until you retire. I give her that much respect.
It's just like family. It's one of those deals where it's like somebody you've known your whole life, and we care about each other. And that's the way the whole shop is. Even though it's, like I said, it's separate, it's barbershop and beauty shop together. It still, you can have a close-knit group of people.
My dad said before he died, he was just like, always take your son to Tyrone. This is where I want my son to get his haircut from. I want him to know his roots, and I want him to know that it's a piece of my dad at that.
Being a barber is never a dull moment. I mean, I'm never unhappy. I'm always happy at the shop. You know, when I go to the shop, everything If I'm having a bad day, everything stops right there when I go into the shop. It's all fun and happy.
I was telling a person yesterday that when I go to sleep, in my brain is Jesus. I wake up in the middle of the night and my brain is Jesus. I go back to sleep and it's always Jesus. If I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, it's Jesus, it's the Lord, it's just talking to him all the time. So when I wake up in the morning, you know, first thing I say, thank you, God, because you are the one that allowed me to wake up.
En el nombre de Cristo Jesús, cubro este lugar con la preciosa sangre de Cristo. Lo cubro, Señor, cada espacio, cada estación, en el nombre de Jesús. Cubro este lugar, me cubro con la preciosa sangre de Jesucristo. Cubro mis hijos, cubro mi casa, Señor. Alinea mi corazón con el de tu Hijo. Alinea mis emociones con el de tu Hijo, Padre. Hazme tan humilde, misericordiosa como Él. Es lo que más anhelo hacer, Padre. Ayúdame, dame fuerza, dame fortaleza. Porque a veces no es fácil todas las pruebas. Pero yo amo tu proceso, Padre. People tell me, oh, you're the one that work at Corte Latino. Yeah, we see you there cleaning. I'm like, yeah, I'm the one that cleaned there. Yeah, I work there. This one, Cash, this. Why it was on the floor? Yeah, that's right. I have a contract with my Lord, you know, I'm just an instrument. I don't know what his purpose is. But it feels so good when you go out and people say, oh yeah, Corte Latino, yeah, you know what? I just moved to this town and a friend of mine recommended me this place. And they're like, every single Spanish one knows about Corte Latino. I saw one person that works for the law and he said to me, I know you. And I'm like, well, the only place I can tell you you know me is Corte Latino, maybe. I do not know. Thank you for calling Corte Latino. How may I help you?
Do you guys have anybody at 11:30? I'm sorry. Rahel, Cash, please. Do you guys have anybody at 11:30? 11:30. It's not really just for the Latino, because thanks to my Lord, it's multicultural. We have, it's like a Barbers. I have Italian, Puerto Ricans, Dominican, Mexican, Cuban, multicultural.
Everybody's nice, but he's my buddy. Number 8 is my bodyguard. We work together and we treat like a family. We are family, especially the boss over there, that beautiful lady, Mrs. Celia. By the way, Lord is the boss, I'm the boss for New York.
Mr. Saab, with the working station number 2, that was a bless that God sent it to me, because he is my right hand. He take care of this place when I'm not here, like his place. Respect everything, and you know, keep the environment as a family environment. So I trust him with my eye closed. Thank you for calling Corte Latino. How may I help you?
I need an appointment.
Do you need an appointment? You see what I did? How you do that?
The community over here, you gotta treat like everybody is the same. Spanish, American, black, white, Chinese. It's like a family to you.
Any other culture is welcome here. They just customer, and we treat the customer as they deserve. Look, you want it?
You don't want it?
You'll be And I think that's what make Corte Latino the different in this town.
For an only mother, husband, the kids, take care of the business, it's hard. It's very hard, but she's strong. You got the right people to work with that. You gotta trust each other. If you don't trust each other, the business will go down. That's the life of the barber.
At the beginning, my passion was, when I started working, was restaurant. But I know God why He's not giving me a restaurant, because He knows I'm a single mom. And He knows He wants me to concentrate in Connor. Restaurant take a lot of your time, a lot of your energy, a lot of your peace. Yes. And He knows I love that type of peace, and I will give everything, and maybe He think I will not take care of my son the way I'm taking care of now. Look, this means when you wake up, you're going straight to eat. As soon as you get done, you come and change. That's why he got the socks there. And then once you get done changing, it's time to brush your teeth and wash your face. So I still have to remind him anyway. When it comes to home, the family support. Because my son right now is 31, my daughter is 28, they both have their own life, and if they don't call me a week, I'm like, why you haven't called me? I was worried about you, and I'm like, I tell, because sometimes they don't really understand, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but you know what, I'm Spanish. And we are like that. We have to know about our kids. I don't care at all. You can be 60 and I'm be 100 maybe. But I always wants to know how you're doing. I am proud of my kids. I am very happy, even with this little one. Sometimes we blame to the country. We blame the town. I don't think it has nothing to do with the town, the city, or the country. It's how you raise your kids.
You see that? You just had too much energy.
To see their smile, to see their that bright in their eyes, that always being my priority, to see them happy.
But sometimes it made me go inside there. Come and jump with me, he said.
So everything that I always was trying to do is to make them happy, to give a better life than I had, than I grew up. I was born in El Salvador, and in Santa Rosa de Lima. But then I moved to my grandmother, or my roots, was from Esparta, a small little town, because my mother was diagnosed from leukemia. I think before my pregnancy. So she went through my pregnancy very sick, and she was still, when she passed away, I was 2 years old, so I don't really remember her. I always wanted my mother with me. The protection, the love, the hug. Just to have a mother with you. I think that part of my life, it was really hard. Because I used to see other, like I say before, other, mothers hugging, protecting their children. And I did not have none of that. So it was really hard to go through, seeing you are a little girl that you don't know why. And that's why I was very resented to God. I have one person that's very close to me. We are cousins. My grandma raised us. Unfortunately, we wasn't their favorite grandkids. So we was treated like a slave. This is her salon, and she's my cousin, but we was raised together from the same grandma.
Yeah, she was very, very strict, but like I say, I have my own mother, so it was a little different. You know, instead her, her mother passed away when she was little, so I think it was more difficult for her.
And sleep in the same bed. So we're not just cousins, but like I love her like a sister.
Right.
We just 1 year different, you know, age apart, 1 year. You know, we were raised together, and actually we got separated when she came to this country first. Her dad claimed her to come to this country, and then like a couple months later, I got claimed to come from my dad. So I fell in love with the town. I did like it because it reminded me, like, not my little town, but San Miguel, another city in El Salvador. Similar, you know, but calm. But at that time in 2000, it was like a kingdom for me. Heaven, kingdom in earth. And I'm like, yeah, I like it.
Oh yeah, I feel Harrisonburg like my own town, believe me. I'm very blessed to be here. I really like it, the community. The people is very nice. The Latino. I feel all my clients came here is like my family. It's a lot of people come to really work to have better life, working hard to have better future. I can speak for me. I had clients from other Middle East. They come to my best friend. They kiss me both sides. They bring me home food to share, and I think I have a wonderful experience, you know, with them. For me, I can say I am very blessed to have very nice people around me.
They was baked this morning.
¿Puede poner de esto?
I always say to the Spanish people when they first come to this town, remember why you came here. So don't be one of them that come instead to help and plant a good seed in this country about us. Don't be the one that's gonna destroy that seed. Plant a good seed. I always tell him, you know what, it's not about age, it's not about size or color or anything like that. It's about you. It's what you believe in yourself. It's your potential. You never give up. You always try. Because God give you a lot of knowledge. God give you a lot of wisdom. You just got to explore those wisdom. And I will help you. I will support you. So that's what I'm trying to do. We'll see.